Hey everyone, my name is Randy Evans. It is wonderful to be here with you today. I'm a yoga teacher with the Wheat Ridge Recreation Center here in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, and this is Vinyasa Yoga. So some recommended props. I am a huge fan. Grab a bath towel or a blanket, something that you can use for padding underneath your knees and something that allows us to kind of roll up and make a bolster here. So find that, and then if you do not have two yoga blocks, two hardback books, two small size Amazon boxes, or two soup cans or something roughly relative to a yoga block. Those work just fine. So go ahead and grab those. We're going to find our way to our mat. So we're going to start off, find a comfortable cross-legged seat, a place where your hips can be elevated above your knees, your spine rising up tall and straight, your hands releasing down beside your hips. Allow your eyes to softly close. And let's start off by finding some grounding here on our yoga mat here. So no matter how the pace of your day has gone thus far, and what still has yet to unfold today, you are here. So for the next hour, you have an opportunity to connect with your body, your breath, linking these together, becoming more grounded, more focused, maybe more calm, maybe more self-aware, even just a little bit, how your day is in this moment. So start off with your eyes softly closed. From the crown of the head, down through the neck and shoulders, start to do a quick scan of your physical body. Begin to notice all those places that feel tense, that feel tight, spots where maybe you're holding on to stress. And at the same time, as you continue the scan down the length of the body, through the low back, the sit bones, as you feel yourself grounding down to your blanket or your mat, noticing every place that feels tight, sore, and at the same time, places that maybe feel open, places that feel responsive, places where you're feeling good today. Then notice your breath. Maybe it's the first time today, maybe the first time in a couple days, or since you've last come to your yoga mat. Now you've taken just a moment here to observe and to notice how your breath is. So right here, maybe your breath today is deep and full. Maybe it's more shallow. More likely than not, it's probably in between these two extremes. Notice if your breath feels like it's flowing easily and smoothly, or maybe there's some raspiness to the breath. Does it feel like it's something easy to do, this active breathing? Or does it feel like it's something that today you need a little more conscious effort? But again, however your breath is, it is completely perfect in this moment here. So own your breath, honor your breath, love your breath. And it's completely perfect in this moment here. Then from here, let's start to connect with this breath. So go ahead and draw in a deep full inhale through your nose. Fill up all the way to your fullest point. And opening the mouth, sigh your breath away as you release it all out. Another full deep inhale through your nose. Fill up all the way to your fullest point. And again, opening the mouth, sigh your breath away, let it all go. Last time, one full deep inhale through your nose. At the top of this inhale, hold that breath a little bit longer this time. And then release, sigh your breath away, let it all go. Now as you continue to breathe, start to seal the mouth and redirect the breath through your nostrils. allowing deep full inhales to be drawn in through your nose, and deep full exhales to be released back out through your nose. Observing as you take each inhale, there is a tiny pause at the top of that inhale, feeling fullness. And as you exhale, releasing, feeling that sense of emptiness at the bottom, just briefly, before you begin the next cycle of breath here. Allow your breath to even out and to find some smoothness here. Drawing each inhale in, as waves crashing against the shore, and each exhale, waves drawing back here. As you continue to breathe, when you're ready, allow your eyes to softly open. And then from here, come to just in your comfortable cross-legged seat, a place where you're sitting up tall and straight. The hands release down beside your hips. Again, you can prop up the hips using either one of your blocks or that blanket folded underneath. And from your comfortable cross-legged seat, hands releasing down beside your hips, take an inhale, arms and gaze reach up above your head. As you exhale, you're going to take your right hand to your left knee, your left hand plants behind you. Take an inhale as you sit up tall. As you exhale, twist from your torso to look over your left shoulder. Deep full inhale as you grow a little bit taller. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper here. Continue to look all the way over your left shoulder, looking way past with you. All right. Keeping your right hand on your left knee. Next inhale, go ahead, circle your left hand up to the ceiling. As you exhale, release that hand down to your right knee. Inhale, draw the elbows in towards your chest, lift your gaze up. Exhale as you push the elbows away, round as you look at your belly. Inhale, lift the gaze, draw the elbows in towards you. Exhale, push them away, round as you look at your navel. Last time inhale, lift the gaze, draw the elbows in. Last time exhale, push them away and round. Go ahead, return your head up, back up on center. And then from here, release the arms, shake them out if you need to here. Next inhale, arms and gaze reach up above your head. As you exhale, left hand to your right knee, right hand plants behind. Inhale as you sit up tall. And then as you exhale, twist to look over your right shoulder here. Allowing your gaze, your eyes to continue stretching over your shoulder. And then from here, next inhale, go ahead and circle that right hand up to the ceiling. As you exhale, release that hand towards your left knee. So arms again are crossed out in front of you. Inhale, draw the elbows into your chest. Exhale, push them away to round. Inhale, lift the gaze, draw the elbows in towards you. Exhale again, push them away to round. Last time inhale, lift the gaze, draw the elbows into towards your chest. And exhale, last time push them away and round here. Gently release, rise up, untwist the arms, shake out through the wrists if you need to here. Next inhale, arms and gaze reach up above your head. As you exhale, left hand will set down beside your left hip. Take a deep full inhale, extend that right arm up. Exhale, lean that arm over towards the left. Gaze could go up underneath your right armpit or looking down towards that left hand. If you want to come deeper here, come up onto spider fingertips on that left hand and start to walk that hand further out to the side. From here, allow your right shoulder to drop back, the ribs following, the ribs underneath rotating up and forward. And then next inhale, go ahead, extend the arms and gaze up above your head. As you exhale, right hand sets down beside your right hip. Inhale, extend that left arm up, and then over as you start to lean. Again, to go deeper, come up onto your spider fingertips on your right hand, and then start to walk that hand further out to the side. From here, continue to breathe. Deep inhales through your nose, deep exhales back out through your nose. You can look up underneath your left armpit or looking down towards your spider fingertips here. Awesome. Now from here, inhale, extend the arms and gaze up above your head. As you exhale, release the hands down forward in front, and then begin to lift yourself up and find all fours. So from your neutral tabletop, come to a place where your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Go ahead and find your blanket or your towel, place it underneath your knees here. From your neutral tabletop, inhale, tuck the toes, lift the gaze, release your belly. As you exhale, push the mat away to round as you look at your navel. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the gaze, drop your belly. Exhale, push the mat away and round, look at your navel. Last time inhale, lift the gaze, release the belly down. Last time exhale, push the mat away and round. Now from here, come back through to your neutral tabletop, and then your next inhale, go ahead and press your right leg long behind you. Take a moment here to square your hips off, your toes are pointing down, your belly button is drawn in and up, support the back of your spine. From here, take a deep inhale through your nose. As you exhale, I'd like you to bend your elbows, dip your chin as you lift that leg. Inhale to press yourself back up. Exhale, dip your chin, lift your leg. Last time inhale, lifting back up. Last time exhale, dip the chin, lift your leg. Now from here, inhale, press into your hands, lift yourself back up. And now exhale, draw knee to nose and round. Inhale, press that leg long behind. Exhale, knee to nose and round. From here, last time inhale, extend that leg out long. Last time exhale, knee to nose and round. Now from here, inhale, extend that right leg long behind. As you exhale, you're going to set that foot down, spin your hip open, kickstand that left foot out to the side as you rise up onto your left hand. Extend that right hand up to the ceiling. The gaze could go up to your fingers. And then from here, rotate through that wrist, one direction and then the next. If from here you'd like to make bigger circles within that arm and shoulder, you can start to imagine you're painting giant circles on the sky here or your ceiling. So just a couple circles one direction and then the next. From here, inhale, extend that right hand back up. As you exhale, set that hand down, draw your knee back in, back to your tabletop. From the other side, inhale, tuck the toes, lift the gaze, drop your belly. Exhale, push the mat away and round. And then coming back to your tabletop. From here, next inhale, press your left leg long behind. Again, your toes are pointing down, your belly button is drawn in and up. Square your hips off as much as you can here. From here, deep full inhale through your nose. Exhale, bend your elbows, lift that leg, dip your chin. Inhale as you lift back up. Exhale, dip your chin, lift your leg. Last time inhale, press to lift back up. Last time exhale, dip your chin, lift your leg. Wonderful. Now from here, inhale, press to lift yourself back up. And then exhale, knee to nose and round. Inhale, reach that leg long behind. Exhale, knee to nose and round. Last time inhale, extend that leg behind you. Last time contract, knee to nose. Great job. Now from here, inhale, extend your left leg long behind. And then as you exhale, spin your hip open so you can drop that left foot behind your right. Kickstand that right foot out to the side, and then inhale. Extend your left hand up to the ceiling. From here, start off tiny circles through the wrist, one direction and then the next. And then from here, if you like, you can start to again paint circles, larger through that shoulder, one direction and then the next. Take an inhale, extend that left hand back up to the ceiling. And exhale, set that hand down, draw your knee back in, back to your neutral tabletop. From here, hands are going to come about a palm length forward. Tuck your toes behind you. Inhale, lift the gaze, drop your belly. And then as you exhale, press into the hands, lifting the knees up high. Downward facing dog, first one of the day. Allow this first down dog to be fluid. Gently begin to bend from knee to knee, maybe shaking your head yes or no. Opening your jaw, moving it side to side here. Any other movements you'd like to add, now is the time. Until eventually you will find yourself in stillness. From your down dog, deep inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, I'd like you to walk your hands back to your feet, one by one. Keep that blanket or that towel right where it is. You're standing at the back of your mat now, so go ahead, scoop up opposite elbows. Allow your head to be heavy, and gently ragdoll it out here, side to side. And then go ahead and release the hands down to the mat. As you inhale, slowly rise up the length of your spine, being careful to protect the low back as you start to lift and find yourself standing at the very back of your mat. From here, your feet are about hip-width distance. Hands are right down beside your hips. Step the feet in a little bit closer here so you're at inner hip-width distance. Next inhale, arms and gaze will circle up above your head. As you exhale, I'd like you to take your right fingers, clasp them around your left wrist. Take an inhale as you press the heel of your left hand to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, guide that wrist to the right as you bend your left hip out. The gaze could go up underneath your left armpit, or if it's easier, you can look down to the right. Continue to breathe here. Next inhale will lift you up to center. Exhale, release the hands and switch your clasp of the hands. So left fingers encircle your right wrist. Take an inhale, press the heel of your right hand to the ceiling. And exhale, bend your right hip out, take that wrist to the left. Gaze is up underneath that armpit or looking down to the left here. And then your next inhale will lift you back up to center. As you exhale, release the hands to cactus, your elbows out to the sides here. Inhale as you extend the hands back above your head. And exhale, begin to swan dive as you lead forward with your heart. Your next inhale will lift your chest up halfway, hands to the shins or your knees. And as you exhale, fold right back down over your feet. On your next inhale, when you're ready, start to walk your hands one by one out to your high plank and hold here. In your high plank, you're pressing out through your heels. You're pressing equally into your spread palms. Your belly button is drawn in and up to support the back of your spine. Your breath is smooth, strong, and steady, like a plank of wood here. Extend it out in both directions, feeling that rigidity, yet that fluidity at the same time. One more deep, full inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to lower all the way down to your belly. Take your time. When you get there, untuck the toes, zip the insides of the feet to one another. The hands will come right underneath your shoulders. Your next inhale, press into your hands, lift your heart up, find a low cobra. As you exhale, releasing with your heart, lowering back down. Second time, inhale, press into the hands, lift up a little bit higher, find that low cobra. And exhale again, releasing your heart back down. Last time, on an inhale, as you lift up to that final low cobra, see if you can squeeze the elbows in as you float the palms above your mat here. Continue to breathe. One more full deep inhale here. And as you exhale, releasing everything back down. From here, palms spread apart, squeeze your elbows in, toes are tucked behind. When you're ready, next inhale, press to lift up to a strong plank. You can use your knees always if you need to. And exhale, lift the hips back up high, downward facing dog. From down dog, biggest inhale you've taken in all day. Open your mouth and sigh that breath out. Next inhale, this time your gaze will go up towards your hands, and then when you're ready, hop, step, float, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale as you lift your heart up halfway. Exhale as you fold down over your feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms and gaze will circle above your head. Exhale, the hands return back to heart center here. Inhale again, arms and gaze reach up above your head. As you exhale, swan dive, leading with your heart. Inhale, lift your heart up halfway. And as you exhale, plant your hands, step your way back to your high plank and hold. So building our Vinyasa flow here, piece by piece. Pressing again out equally through the heels. If you like, you can balance on your big toes here for a little outlet challenge. Belly button is drawn in and up here. Breath is strong, smooth, and steady. One more full deep inhale here. And this time as you exhale, you can take knees, chest, and chin or lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up to find your upward dog. And exhale, roll over the toes, lift the hips up high, downward facing dog. Pardon me, from down dog, you breathe. Deep inhales through your nose, and deep exhales back out through your nose. From your down dog, next inhale, I'd like you to lift your right leg up to the ceiling. From here, start off with your hips square, extend out through that leg. And then from here to go deeper, you have the option to bend your knee, open your hip. Gaze goes underneath your right armpit. You can rotate through that ankle, one direction, then the next if you like. And next inhale, straightening your hips. As you exhale, draw the knee up to the nose until you can plant that foot up by your right hand. Go ahead and find your blocks, your Amazon boxes or hardback books. In this low lunge here, I'd like you to have hands on either blocks on either side of that leg. From here, hands underneath your shoulders, lifting the heart up, making sure that your knee is just right above your ankle here. And then you can stay here with the hands on the blocks or engage the inner thighs. Start to lift up the hands, stack on top of your right knee. You want to have the sensation that your right hip is drawing back and your left hip is drawing forward to help square and anchor your hips to the front of the room here within this twist. And then deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale, drop the hands down beside your hips. As you inhale, reach the arms and the gaze above your head. And as you exhale, twist open to the right. Left hand reaches forward, right hand reaches back. Twice more, inhale, reach the arms and gaze back up. Exhale, twist open to the side. Last time inhale, reach the arms and gaze above your head. Last time exhale, twisting open to the side and holding here. Now from here, to go deeper, this is optional. If you'd like, you can start to release your right hand towards that back leg as you extend the left hand up. Continue to square your hips to the front here. And then next inhale, go ahead and return the arms back on center. And then when you're ready, reach forward with that left hand. Plant that hand down to your block on the inside of that right foot and extend your right arm up to the ceiling. For those who would like to get a head start, a little more active practice, tuck your back toes, float your back knee off the mat, or you can keep that knee down on your towel or blanket. Start to rotate through your wrist one direction and then next here. Take one more deep inhale here. As you exhale, set your hands down to either side of your right foot. Set your blocks off to the side. Tuck your back toes behind. When you're ready, next inhale, stepping back to your high plank. You can choose to hold this high plank. You can shift out to Chaturanga, lowering down, taking your Vinyasa flow. Or you can skip any part of this and go back to downward facing dog, where we will meet. From down dog, biggest inhale you've taken in all day. Open your mouth, sigh that breath out. Other side, next inhale, go ahead and lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Start off by extending as much as you can out through that leg, keeping your hips square. And then to go deeper, you do have the option to bend that knee, open the hip, taking the gaze underneath your left armpit as you maybe rotate one direction, then the next through that ankle. Next inhale, straightening your hips. Exhale, draw the knee up to the nose until you can plant that foot up by your left hand and drop down this time to your right knee. So from here, low runner's lunge, start to find your blocks on either side of your left foot, lifting everything back up when you're ready. Now from here, you can keep the hands on the blocks if you are ready. Maybe you start to take the hands to your left knee. Start to again square your hips off so your left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Continue to square everything to the front of the room here. Take a deep full inhale here. And as you exhale, the hands release down beside your hips. Inhale, arms and gaze reach up above your head. And exhale, twist open to the left. Right hand reaches forward, left hand reaches back. Twice more, inhale, reach the arms and gaze back up. Exhale, twist open to the left. Last time, when you're ready, inhale, arms and gaze, reach back up. Last time, exhale, twisting to the left and holding here. Continue to square your hips towards the front as much as your chest continues to square to the side. If you'd like to go deeper, left hand can start to drop to that leg behind as you reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Continue to square your hips here. The gaze can maybe go to that right hand, or for a little bit more challenge, maybe back over your left shoulder towards that back foot. From here, inhale, return the arms back on center. And then when you're ready, go ahead and reach that right hand forward. And then plant that hand to a block or your support on the inside of your left foot. And extend your left hand up to the ceiling here. Again, you can keep that back knee down if that worked for you fine on the other side. For those, again, who'd like to go deeper, tuck your back toes, float that back knee off the mat. Again, rotate through that wrist. One direction, then the next here. Take a deep full inhale here. As you exhale, set that left hand down to the mat. Take your blocks, set them off to the side, but keep them towards the front of your mat. And then when you're ready, next inhale, stepping back to your plank. Shifting out, holding here. Deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale, lowering down halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, sliding forward, lifting to find upward dog. And exhale, hips lift back up high. Downward facing dog. You can set your blanket off to the side. Keep it nearby. We're going to use that when we head down to our back a little bit later. From down dog, 3 cleansing breaths here. Draw a deep full inhale through your nose. And then open your mouth. Release that sigh out. Twice more here. Last breath. Deep full inhale in. And open the mouth. From here, next inhale, the gaze is going to go back up to your hands. When you're ready, hop, step, float, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your heart up halfway. Exhale, folding down over your feet. Inhale, this time rise up into Utkatasana, your chair pose, as you lift the arms to either sides of your ears above your head. From here, option for those who'd like a little bit more challenge, see if you can float your heels here. If you like, start to sink a little bit deeper. From here, you're going to take the arms parallel with your shoulders. Gaze is going to go towards your right thumb. Deep inhale here. Exhale, release that right arm behind you, twist. Inhale, return that right arm to the front. Exhale, take your left arm back. Inhale, swing that left arm forward. Exhale, swing both arms back if your heels are lifted. See if you can sink down a little bit deeper here. And then see if you can keep them lifted as you inhale. Rise up all the way to stand. The arms and gaze go above your head. And as you exhale, swan dive, release the heels, folding down over your feet. Awesome. From here, inhale, lift your heart up halfway. As you exhale, go ahead and step your right foot to the very back of your mat. We're going to start on the other side here. When you're ready, inhale, lifting up, find your high crescent lunge on the left. So making sure that your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Back toes are tucked, back knee is lifted. If this is too much on your hips, you can spin that back foot flat so that the toes are at about a 45 to 60 degree angle here, and then you're still squaring your hips to the front of the room for your warrior one. From here, take a deep inhale through your nose. As you exhale, swing your arms and torso down and forward. Inhale, lift everything back up. Exhale, release everything down and forward. Awesome. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms and gaze back up above your head. Exhale, release everything down and forward. Now from here, take an inhale, extend your arms up above your head. And then as you exhale, set the hands down about 6 inches or so in front of your left foot. When you're ready, start to lift off of your back foot to find your standing splits. Square your hips as best you can as you continue to reach your right toes up to the ceiling. From your standing splits, deep inhale here. As you exhale, take your right knee to the inside of your left as you sink down into a Shiva squat here. And we'll do this twice more. Inhale, extend your back leg out. Exhale, knee to knee, sink down. Last time, inhale, reach your right leg back out. Exhale, knee to knee, Shiva squat. From here, inhale, reach your right leg, long behind you. And as you exhale, you're going to set your foot down to the mat and then walk your hands away from your left foot until you're facing the long edge of your mat. From here, the hands catch your hips, tuck the chin into your chest, slowly pull yourself back up to standing. Drop the chin down into your chest if there's any dizziness. Making sure that both sets of toes are facing forward here. Props out of the way so you can see. Hands start off on your waist. Next, inhale, arms and gaze circle up above your head. And as you exhale, I'd like you to come down halfway. So Reaching the arms out towards me, your sit bones reaching back. Take a deep full inhale here. As you exhale, cactus your elbows as you draw them back. Twice more inhale, reach the hands forward. Exhale, cactus your elbows back. Last time inhale, reach the arms again forward. Last time exhale, cactus them back. Now stay here. One more full deep inhale. And now as you exhale, release everything down to the mat. From here, the hands can be underneath your shoulders, about shoulders width apart. If you have a block that you'd like to place underneath to help raise the floor up, feel free to place that block there. Allow your head to be heavy, maybe shaking it yes or no here. And then from here, take a deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale, the hands will catch your hips. As you inhale, start to lift yourself back up. Drop the chin down into your chest if there's any dizziness. And then from here, take your right toes, turn them back to the front, sink back into Warrior Two here. From this Warrior Two, you can keep that heel down, or if you like, float that heel up off the mat. Gaze continuously over your left middle finger here. Next, inhale, straighten that front leg, touch the hands above your head. Exhale, find Warrior Two. Twice more inhale, straighten the legs, hands touch. Exhale again, find your Warrior Two. Last time inhale, straighten the legs, touch the hands. Last time, find your Warrior Two, maybe floating that heel. If that heel is lifted, you can now release it down. Take a deep full inhale here. And then exhale, windmill your hands back down to the mat. You have the option to inhale, step back to a high plank. You can hold this high plank. You can lower down through your chaturanga, taking your flow. You can go back to downward facing dog if you like to skip all that. We will meet back there when you're ready. From down dog, biggest inhale you've taken in all day. And open your mouth, sigh that breath out. Other side, next inhale, lift your right toes up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, step that right foot up by your right hand. I'm going to switch to the other side so you can better see me. We're going to lift up to find our high crescent lunge on the other side here. So when you're ready, arms and gaze again, lift up above your head. Back toes are tucked, back knees floating. Continue to square your hips to the front of the room. Inhale deeply through the nose here. Exhale, swing the arms and torso down and forward. Inhale, lift everything back up. Exhale, swing everything down and forward. Now, keep the crown of the head reaching forward. Inhale, reach the arms up above your head. Exhale, cactus your elbows to the back. One more time, inhale, reach the hands up above your head. And then exhale, set the hands down to the mat about 6 inches or so in front of your right foot. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift up. Find your standing splits on the other side. Again, you can just keep the fingers down on the mat. You can use that block or that prop for support here. Take a deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale, left knee to the inside of your right knee, sinking down, Shiva squat. Twice more, inhale, extend back out long. Exhale, knee to knee, Shiva squat. Last time inhale, reach that leg out long. Last time exhale, knee to knee, Shiva squat. Wonderful. Now from here, take an inhale, reach your left leg long behind. And as you exhale, set that left foot down to the mat. And then walk your hands away from your right foot until again you're facing the long edge of your mat. Now from here, the hands will catch your hips. Tuck the chin into your chest as you slowly pull yourself back up to standing. Again, Lower the chin down if you have any dizziness. And then from here, turn your feet out, heels facing in, arms up above your head into your star pose here. From star pose, deep full inhale through your nose. And exhale, sink the knees into goddess pose, elbows drawn out to the sides. Inhale, straighten the legs, hands reach back up. Exhale, sink into your goddess pose. One more time, inhale, reaching out into star pose, reaching the hands out long. And last time, exhale, sink into your goddess pose. Feel free to shift from side to side here. The goal is for your tailbone and sit bones to release down as the front of your body starts to lift here. Hands can be out to the sides. You can have the palms turned up as if you're holding two little bowls in between them, or palms can be facing forward. Now from here, next inhale, go ahead and lift your left heel up off the mat. As you exhale, release that heel back down. Inhale, go ahead and lift your right heel up. And exhale, release that heel down. Next inhale, go ahead and lift both heels up off the mat, sink down a little bit deeper here. Continue to breathe. Next inhale, straighten the legs, reach the hands up above your head, turn the feet forward, and then exhale, releasing down over your feet. Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth here. Releasing down over your feet once again. From here, scoop up opposite elbows. Allow your head to be heavy and sway it out gently side to side. It's the perils of having long hair here, always in my face. So maybe shake the head yes or no here. And then releasing the fingers down to the mat. From here, you're going to turn your right toes back to face the front and then walk your hands back over to your right foot. From here, next inhale, stepping back to your high plank. And as you exhale, taking your Vinyasa flow. We'll meet back in downward facing dog when you're ready. From down dog, biggest inhale you've taken in all day. And open your mouth, sigh that breath out. Twice more, deep full inhale in. And open your mouth, sigh that breath out. Last time, one more full deep inhale here. And open your mouth, exhale it out. From here, drop down to your knees. Sink the hips back towards your heels into your child's pose here. Wonderful. From here, start to release the head down, maybe shaking the head yes from side to side or no. Allowing your hips to shift back and forth. And then when you're ready, next inhale, rise all the way up to your knees, sit over on one hip, swing your legs around, coming to your seat with the legs out long in front of you. From here, before we get started, go ahead, find your towel or your blanket. Go ahead, unwrap it enough so that you can make a little roll of a bolster here. So rolling up your blanket or towel, we're going to have a bolster roughly looks like this. And I'd like you to set that bolster off to the side of your mat, a place where you can grab it when we head down to our back. So from here, take a moment, legs out long in front of you, sitting up tall and straight. Scoot back a little bit so you can see them a little better. From here, next inhale, arms and gaze, reach up above your head. And as you exhale, lead forward with your heart, the hands release down towards your feet. From here, maybe today you reach for your big toes, the outer edges of the feet. The hands can also go over tops of the feet here. Or maybe today you're just grabbing for the ankles, maybe further up along the shins. You find whatever bind suits you best today. So as you hold on to that bind, we're going to take another inhale to lift up, find a little bit more extension here now that we have the length through the legs. And then as you exhale, lead with the crown of the head, the chin as you start to release, maybe a little further down into the pose here. And then as you hold on to this bind, whether it's the toes or just the ankles here, start to draw your elbows up towards your shoulders. Imagine that they're level. And then from here, start to gently lift your torso up and forward out of your hips. Maybe you gain a little bit more forward length. And then holding onto that bind, see if you can draw your shoulders towards the back of the room here. Imagine you could fold your shoulder blades flat on your back here. So finding this maximum amount of opening through the front as we can here, an extension through the legs, allowing ourselves to breathe here. We'll be here for just a few more breaths. If you have a deeper pose, feel free to transition into it. And then take one more full deep inhale here. As you exhale, release. Start to rise all the way back up to your seat. Now from here, go ahead and step the feet in halfway. Take your hands behind your hips. Fan your palms out towards the sides here. And then two options. If you have anything going on with the wrists, anything that's going to cause pain, please keep your hips down on the mat. What you're going to do, we're going to take 3 rounds of this, holding on the third into reverse tabletop. So all you're going to do on an inhale, you're just going to draw the shoulders together behind your back as you press your heart up to the ceiling. And then for the final one, you can just hold that. If it's okay to balance on the wrists, we're going to lift our hips up. So following along with me if you're ready. Next inhale, lift your hips up, find your reverse tabletop. As you exhale, releasing everything back down. Twice more inhale, lifting everything back up, reverse tabletop. Exhale again, releasing back down. Final round, holding on this time. When you're ready, next inhale, lifting the hips back up and holding here. If you feel supported within your shoulders, maybe you allow your head to drop back without looking around. So you're looking straight up at the ceiling here. Continue to lift up through your hips and pelvis here. Continuing to breathe. Take one more inhale, maybe you lift a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, slowly release all the way back down. From here, go ahead, walk the knees forward, hug them into your chest, release your head down. And then from here, again, make sure that your blanket is nearby. From here, go ahead and reach the hands out forward in front of you as if you're holding a giant tug-of-war rope. And then from here, deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale, start to round through the spine as you gently pull back on that rope, releasing yourself with control down towards your back. Eventually, when you make it all the way down to your back, go ahead and hug the knees in, wrap the arms around, and rock it out here side to side. As you come back to center, go ahead and reach your arms through the insides of your knees for the outer edges of your feet to find your happy baby. From here, start first pour weight into your sacrum to help keep your sit bones grounded down. And then from here, now start to gently rock if that feels good. Maybe extending through one leg out to the side, then the next here, or maybe both at the same time. You could also take the soles of the feet together and the knees coming out to the sides if you'd like a little variation. And then as you exhale, go ahead, release the knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And then set the feet down on your mat. So your knees are going to point up to the ceiling. The feet are about hip-width distance. From here, go ahead and squeeze your elbows in. You want to have your hands kind of point up to the ceiling like you've got two little robot arms here. When you're ready, next inhale. As you lift your hips, you're going to release your robot arms down to the mat and holding here. So the fingers are pointing down towards your feet here. The palms are facing in towards one another here. Your hips continue to lift. Continue to squeeze the knees and inner thighs together. Release any tension that you're holding in your glutes here. And yes, continue to breathe. One more full deep inhale. And exhale, release the hips down. Go ahead, bring your robot arms back up to the sides here. When you're ready, next inhale, lift your hips back up for the second time. And then from here, if you like, you can just release the hands again down like before, or clasp the hands underneath your bum. If you take this bind, I'd like you to press into the back of the head, lift up to tuck your shoulders underneath so that you're on the outer edges of your forearms. And continue to breathe here, squeezing the knees and inner thighs together. Still lifting your hip up to the sky. One more full deep inhale here. And exhale, lower yourself, release those robot hands, coming back down. Keep the hands to the sides. Last time, when you're ready, final inhale, go ahead, lift your hips back up again, clasping the hands underneath for your third and final version of your back bend here. One more full deep inhale here. And exhale, release to lower everything back down. Wonderful. Go ahead now, hug the knees into your chest, wrap the arms around, and start to rock it out here side to side. As you come back to center, go ahead and find your blanket that you rolled up into a bolster. Set your feet down on the mat. I'd like you to lift your hips up enough so that you can slide that blanket or bolster underneath and release it back down onto your low sacrum. And then when you're ready, start to draw one knee followed by the next in towards your chest. When you're ready, next inhale, extending the legs up to the ceiling, finding your version of legs up the wall here. And continue to breathe. The gaze is up at your toes. The hands can come to your upper thighs here. For the moment, find some calmness here, allowing your sympathetic nervous system to activate, reversing the blood flow within the body. Finding some calmness here. From here, take one more full deep inhale. And then as you exhale, set one foot down to the mat, followed by the next. Lift up enough so that you can take that rolled blanket underneath you and push it more down towards your feet. You want to have it just directly underneath your knees. You can start off with the feet on top of that bolster. And then next inhale, go ahead, draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze, rock it out again, side to side here. As you come back to center, take a deep full inhale here through your nose. And as you exhale, draw the knees into your nose and towards your knees. Squeeze out all that air. And then for Savasana, extend the legs out to the outer edges of your mat, releasing your knees over that bolster or blanket to give them some light support here. Allow your feet to open out to the side, the hands down beside your hips. And then press into the back of the head, lift up, tuck the shoulders again underneath, release back down to find that full opening in your body here. Finding rest, finding Shavasana. Your Shavasana, allow your eyes to be gently closed. Releasing any effort, restriction, anything you're holding on to within your body. Visualizing that you're just melting down to your mat here. Just your breathing. You control your breath. Allow each inhale to be drawn to be released out. No control here. Start to invite some tiny movements back to your fingertips and some awareness back to your breath. Allow your breath to gradually grow fuller, deeper each round. As you wiggle back in fingers and toes, maybe we're ready to start gently rocking the head here, rotating back in the wrists and ankles. If you'd like, you can start to extend. Arms up above your head, the legs out long, stretching to find the tallest version of you. And then your next exhale, hugs the knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around, holding yourself in the biggest and best of all hugs here, that of your own. Thanking yourself for coming to your mat, honoring your body, your practice, where you are this moment on this day. And then when you're ready, release down to your right side if you're seeking energy, left side if you're seeking calmness and relaxation. Press the lower hand to the mat until you can lift yourself back up and meet in a comfortable cross-legged seat. With our hands at heart center, eyes softly closed. Take a moment here to observe again your breath, your physical body, is feeling this moment. And then from here, take a deep final full inhale here through your nose. And release the chin to your heart, sigh your breath away, let it go. Everyone, thank you so very much for joining me. And again, it's Randy Evans. I teach with the Wheat Ridge Recreation Center here in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. Currently have a Wednesday morning class at 7 a.m. They'll be at the rec center, kind of sidewalk area just outside the gym. You can pre-register online at rootedandfun.com, and I hope to see you there. I also have online classes available weekly on my website, randyevansyoga.com. Thank you very much for your time, presence. I hope you enjoy class, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. The light within me bows and honors the light within each of you. Namaste. Thank you very much.